and they walk in and they're like, where's your jersey? I'm like, we're in a fucking jersey. I can get laid without a fucking jersey.
Yeah.
Like, come on. You need a jersey in Montreal to get laid? Like, you're getting the wrong girl.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny.
Can't believe I was traded 7 times.
How did an Ottawa guy or an Ontario guy wind up in the queue? Because there were a few guys that kind of went that route, but it was pretty rare, especially at that time. And secondly, you were in Victoriaville with Alexandre Daigle, were you not? At a time where, look, I mean, there's been a lot written and said, but at the time, you know, Daigle was like a 3-point-a-game player in junior, right? Like, I mean, there's a reason why he went first overall in a draft that was loaded with the likes of Paul Kariya, Chris Pronger, right? I mean, give me a sense of how you wound up in the queue. And secondly, like, what do you remember from Daigle at that time where he was clearly pegged as that sort of generational talent?
Yeah, my last year of Pee Wee, going into Bantam, we just moved from Ottawa. We had moved around a couple times, and we always rented like a townhouse. And like I said, we didn't have a lot of money, and we ended up buying a house on the Quebec side, plain and simple as that. So at 15 years old, I moved over there and ended up getting, it was, I never grew, you know, at 14, 15, 16, I was 5'2" at 16, 112 pounds. It wasn't until I was almost 17 that I grew to 6 feet and put on a little bit of weight. So I moved over there and got cut from Bantam a couple times, got cut from the midget AAA team, and then got recalled. But I didn't go up because I really liked my team and I was in a great spot, and I didn't want to go up and sit on a bench potentially instead of playing like every shift in AA. So that's the story on how I went to the queue. If I didn't get drafted in the queue, and I got drafted last overall into the queue, which is a story on itself. I went to the draft and left crying in the 15th round because someone told me they were going to take me in the 7th round. So I left the draft early. It wasn't until the next day that I found out that I was actually drafted with a real high pick of 240th overall. Literally, I think there was a guy walking around like, anyone willing to pay their own bus fare to come to training camp? And I would have been like, yeah, I'll come. As for Alexandre Daigle, I remember seeing him as a 16-year-old in the first time in our barn, and the guy had like 8 breakaways. Like he was the fastest thing I'd ever seen in my life. And when you went to their building in Victoriaville, they used to have, every time he touched the puck, the little Roadrunner beep beep would come on, and he would fucking take up off the ice. Like he was so fast. I never thought he was the best player in the league. There was a lot of really good players, but he was the most dominant by far. Like by far. Now, he averaged 3 points a game, and he was great. And I didn't see the other players. You kind of remember who number 2 is. I know no one remembers number 2, but
famous line, yeah.
Chris Pronger, I remember a little bit. But playing with him was totally different, and he wasn't a great teammate in junior. He was all about me, and I got traded to Victoriaville only for the playoff run because it came full circle. The coach that I stood up for when they fired him and I asked to get traded from Beauport, he was our coach now again for Victoriaville. And when I went to Verdun in the middle of that whole thing, they kind of came up to me at trade deadline and said, hey, we love what you've done for our team. If you want to stay here, we were playing Laval with Marty Lapointe and all those guys. Like we were getting bounced in 4 straight games. They're like, if you want to ride it out here, turn pro, we respect that. I said, you guys do whatever's going to be best for your franchise. If I have to move and it gives me a chance to win a Memorial Cup, I'm all for that too. So they ended up trading me, which I was really excited about because I'd never been in the playoffs in my first 2 years because we were an expansion team. And I went there, and Alex was an amazing junior player. And it just didn't, we all know once you get to the NHL, speed's a great thing, but you better have Connor McDavid speed and also have the smarts.
Yeah.
You know,
guys catch up.
D-men are too good. You don't beat guys wide one-on-one. Connor McDavid now we know can, but back then
At the time, it was clutch. It was also the land of the Giants too, right? Like everybody was getting drafted at 6'5", 220 and couldn't skate, right? It was just clutch and grab.
And all like I'd say 80% of his points were on breakaways.
Yeah.
80%. And he had a good first year. Just going off the top of my head, I'm going to guess he had like 52 points in his first year on a really bad Senator team.
He wasn't bad, to start.
No. He wasn't a bad player, and he was a good player.
Yeah. But people wanted Gretzky.
He just wasn't that.
Barney, what's your best National Hockey League moment?
Everyone's going to say hat trick on Mother's Day. You know, playing against my childhood team, the Montreal Canadiens. My son was just born 8 days earlier. Mother's Day. My mom's in the stands, absolutely getting in one. By the way, for any young NHLers out there, when you get to playoffs and you tell your family you're going to get them a box, worst decision you could ever make financially in your life. Like
in Montreal, you got a box in the playoffs in Montreal.
I got it in Buffalo because my son was born, so my aunts are down, my mom's there, and my mom's a lush. She can pound the fucking shit. And box cost you like $5, $6, $7 grand back in the day. I don't know what they cost now. But I remember like 2 days later, I get like an envelope in my stall. I'm like, it's not payday. We're not getting paid during the playoffs. And I open it up and it's a bill for like $7,700. They racked up. Not only did I give them the box for
in booze,
they rang up a $7,700 bar and food bill.
Just a lot of chicken wings.
The next game, I had the box ready for them again. They went to order their stuff. They're like, no, we need a credit card here. They each had like one drink. Yeah. When they're paying
it ain't free no more.
Oh yeah, but that was a great moment. But I'll still go back to the draft. You know, being cut the first couple times and being last overall pick in junior, to hear your name called in an NHL draft, it's something that I can never duplicate.
Where was the draft when you got drafted, Barney?
Montreal, baby.
Oh, it was in Montreal. Oh,
that's geez. Why you remember it so well.
Back then, every second year was in Montreal.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
I got a great story after. So I played junior in Montreal my last year. I said I got traded at 19.
Yeah.
So we're on Crescent Street, and I'm in a bar with a bunch of guys, and all these guys are wearing their fucking jerseys out to the bar like a bunch of losers. And I'm sitting at the bar with a bunch of
like
girls.
draftees wearing their jersey?
Oh, all of them. Oh, yeah. All of them. Jerseys, hats, and everything. And I'm at the bar, and in walks our scouting staff. Not the GMs, because there was a party going on, but they were coming in for a few beers. It was Donnie Lever and Martin, a couple other guys. And they walk in, and they're like, where's your jersey? I'm like, I'm wearing a fucking jersey. I can get laid without a fucking jersey.
Yeah.
Like, come on. You need a jersey in Montreal to get laid? Like, you're getting the wrong girl.
Yeah. Oh, that's fucking funny.
Can't believe I was traded 7 times.
Where was your favorite spot to play? I mean, you had some good stops, Barney. Where, I know this is a common question, but like, where was if you had to pick one of all the places you played in the NHL, where would it be?
And then can we back that up? Can we just back it up with a New York? There's got to be a New York Ranger 2002, 2000. Like that roster, those rosters. Give me a story on that too. After you tell us how great.
Still one of my New York's one of my we never made the playoffs.
I know.
Like we were the LA Dodgers before the LA Dodgers.
Yes, ridiculous.
We were the Mets.
Payroll.
Barney, you were the Mets in those days.
What's that?
You were the Mets in those days.
Oh yeah, like
huge payroll and no winning, right?
Oh no! If you were only making $7 million, you were on the 4th line back then.
Hey, you were good there, Barney. Too. You were like a legit.
Legend.
Like
I was making like $1.8 million or $1.5 million, and I felt like so poor.
And you were producing more than everyone else too.
So poor, like crazy. But I wish we could have won there. I wish I could have been there in like '94. Just because what a spot. You guys have been there. MSG is just electric, and you get fired up to be there as a visitor. It's like no other arena in the world. and you see all the plaques of Madonna and Billy Joel and Bruce Springsteen as you walk into the dressing rooms.
Yeah.
My favorite story wasn't even, well, we're out in LA going to Anaheim, and we get to the bar, and we all know the rule, right? Like, get to the bar first, buy the coaches if they show up in the same bar. So we did that, and we have the bus, and Mess goes, "Hey, hold the bus," and we're in Dennis Rodman's bar, and it's like 2:30 in the morning. Literally over the microphone, I hear, anyone that wants to party back at the Ritz-Carlton, just go back to the bus and go upstairs to room 385, whatever the number was. Literally, we had a bus, our team bus, full of girls and guys, and went up. We had like 4 rooms up top and party like rock stars. It was a different spot. The one thing I didn't like about New York is we had it was very cliquey. Great guys, but everyone was doing their same thing. Pavel Bure was off in Hoboken or wherever he was with the Russians.
Right.
Peter Nedved was with the Swedish elite models. It was just, everyone was all over the place, but great bunch of dudes. My favorite New York story is just something like funny because it really says what our team was like. Bobby Holik is one of my favorite teammates of all time. And you wouldn't think there'd be similarities, because there's absolutely zero similarities between me and Bobby Holik.
No, not at all. I know Bobby a little bit. I agree with that. Yeah.
Bobby doesn't drink a lick. I don't think he's ever had a sip of alcohol in his life.
I think you're right. Yeah.
And he played hard. I played on the line a little bit with him. But we're doing power play one day and penalty kill, and we're sitting on the bench, and I'm beside him, and he just tapped me on the shoulder. He's like, "Barney, did they not watch me play for 10 years? I'm like, "I'm sure they did, Bobby. They gave you 45 fucking million.
Oh, I know. What a contract.
It's great. It's my favorite. He's like, I tell you, Barney, Bobby Holik on 3rd, 4th line, penalty kill, maybe 2nd power play, we win Stanley Cup. Right now, Bobby Holik, 1st liner, 1st power play. Book a vacation."
Well, he's honest.
Oh, yeah. He's the best.
Funny.
Living in Ocala, Florida, probably right now, just loving life. The guy's more American than any American I've ever met. Just a great teammate, great dude. But yeah,
very direct, like just very blunt, right? I always respected him. He was a fun guy to talk to that way because you just always got a really honest answer for him. I got to ask you about.
I got to go off that because you brought up another thing. We're in a video room. We just had a brand new practice facility. State of the art back then. It would have been like 02. And Glenn Sather's going. We lost like 20 in a row. However many in a row we lost, and he's going around to like Brian Leach and Mass, guys that won in 94. Like, is this the same system and same things, the accountability that we had in 94? Or when you won a Stanley Cup here? And everyone's like, yes, lads. They go to Bobby Holik. Bobby, is this the same thing like Lou and how you guys treated it in Jersey? And it was just a quiet silence.
Uh-oh.
Bobby just kind of sat there, pondered. He's like, absolutely not. The exact opposite what we have been taught my whole NHL career from Lou. No accountability here whatsoever. No systems. And I am like, holy fuck. Bobby, I'm like, Bobby, that was unreal. He's like, they still owe me $42 million. What are they doing?
Oh, that's great.
The best.